Welcome back to the garage. It is Friday, and I was hoping this week to hear from the powder coater about the drive shafts, but he hasn't got back to me, so I can only presume it's going to be next week now. However, I have realised there's nothing stopping me putting the few parts that are left on the bench on this, getting it in the car, getting it all attached, and then I can fit the drive shafts right at the end. So I have no excuse for not getting this finished. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see what we've got left to put on. Obviously, we've got the mounts and we've got the radius arm thing to sort out once it's on the car. These are some, this is my solution for the ABS. Why won't you zoom? Why won't you focus unless I'm zoomed in like an idiot? Nope. That's like being drunk, isn't it? You just can't focus. Anyway, whatever. They are my solution for the ABS sensor cable will run along here. And there are some little push-in fittings that were on originally, but they're long gone. It used to be cable tied on. I'm going to put one of them up through there, up over the cable, back through, pull it tight. I should have just a button on the underside, and the cable all tidy on the top. That's my plan. I've done a test run and it sort of works. So we'll see how that goes once it's on the car. We've got to fit the brake on this side. I've done the other side, including some lock wiring on the caliper nuts. And then there's the exhaust to put back on. I think that's about it, apart from the drive shafts. So there's really not that much to do. Obviously, the lifting part's going to be entertaining. But yeah, I shall stop waffling on and just get on with some work. Right, first job. Let's get this disc on. Let's put a bit of copper slip on this hub, just so that when I next come back to it, it's not seized on. I don't think it, oops, actually I don't need to do the thread yet. I'm not putting the wheel on yet, am I? I'm a long way off that. I don't think, seeing as this is a dry weather car now, and it's going to be pampered in a garage, I don't think I really need to worry about it seizing to the hub, but it's just good practice. We've got our, well, on the video there, got our little disc locating screw, which goes in there. I went and bought myself this little kit as well. It's actually an impact screwdriver, so you can whack it with a hammer if things aren't moving. I've got an impact driver anyway, but it came with a nice set of automotive tools, and this one's perfect for this, so that was handy. Because the screwing them in is easy. Taking out the old one, if you don't have the exact right head, can be a bit of a nightmare, and you'll just end up rounding it off using a normal screwdriver. Just grab the cloth, because I really didn't need copper grease on those threads yet. It's just going to end up all over me and disc and everything. Obviously, when you put the wheel on, you want to put a bit of copper slip here as well. Like I said, in a normal car, you definitely want copper slip on all of this. Hate it when certain mainstream fast service garages just, you know, change your wheels and don't bother to put a copper slip on here. Pet hate of mine. Takes 2 seconds and can save you a lot of hassle the next time. Anyway, I'll stop whining now and move on to putting the caliper on. I just unhook my bungee arrangement. This is why I disconnected the handbrakes, even though I'd actually got them all. No, I'm going to have to do this the other way. I'd actually got them all sorted. But I realised it's a lot easier to do the handbrake, the calipers and the lock wiring if I can lie it down, which has now gone out of shot. Lie it down on the ground like this. I'll even spin it around anyway, so that I'm not faffing about in this position. Stick the caliper carrier, whatever it's called, on. Can never remember the names of things. I'm going to need an extension. it without the extension, but it's going to make life a lot easier. Yes, that's much better. Whoops. There'll be a specific torque for these, but I just don't care. That means going inside, getting the big green book and reading it and all sorts of things that I just can't be bothered to do on a Friday. They're tight. They're not coming off, especially once I lock wire them. I'd like to say I'm an expert at lock wiring now, but that's just not true. Snap this fucking wire in a sec. Nope, I'm not fucking showing all that. Right, very quick shot of the lock wiring done before anyone starts looking at it carefully and judging it. It's fine. It's on there. Those bolts aren't coming off. So that's that done. Let's flip this back up. Right, let's grease our slides. Oops, don't dribble it all over the disc. Stop that. I'm not even sure if that was a dribble or a dog hair. Either way, not what we want on the disc. Bit of that. This pad, ow, pops into the piston. This pad sits there. Let's just line that up. Stay. Get the bolts that I should have had ready. No, they're already in there. I did have them ready. Get my Allen key I should have had ready. For all those of you out there that know how to build cars and put things together, this next comment, whoops, will sound a bit stupid, but for those of you like me who are very much learning, if you're wondering which side caliper you've got in your hand, look at the nipple. It should be at the top of the caliper once fitted. So if, like me, which I did on the front, you put your calipers the wrong way around, the nipples will end up at the bottom. And nipples don't belong at the bottom of anything. They belong up high. So, just remember that. From a physics point of view, they need to be at the highest point because otherwise they won't bleed because the air rises to the top. Right, caps. This just keeps this outside pad tight into the caliper. There we go. It's time to hook these handbrakes up again now. Now that I've finished flapping the hubs around, it just feeds through there. And then need one of these. I did this in the last video, so I'm not going to zoom in or anything, but they slot into a little slot. He says it's not that simple. It's a very tight slot, and these things are kind of flimsy and they like to bend and do all sorts of things. So I'm just gonna stop filming, put these in, and then show you. I've had this phone for, I don't know, about a year now, and I only just figured out the other day that you can have the torch on whilst filming. Very handy. Anyway, that's that clip in. That stops it pulling out this way. Not that it could anyway, because I just tried to fit this one-handed whilst filming and dropped it and just spent 20 minutes finding it in amongst the diff and all that. So yeah, that bit looks like, where's the other one? Down by my feet somewhere. It's just a little little retainer. Clicks in there. I'm not going to drop another one down in there. So I'll do the other side. But now, if we pull that, we should hear handbrake moving noises out there, which we do. So that's set up enough. Obviously, once it's on the car, we've got to adjust everything. Let's do the other side. That's the other one in, and the other, whatever it's called. And again, give that a pull, and we should hear handbrake working. Also, just make sure you're, because this cable roots down and rests on the lower wishbone, just make sure that that protective bit is positioned. Where's the other one at? Yeah, sensibly. I think I mentioned in the last video I might put some, because I painted these, it's the only bit that's not powder coated because I couldn't be bothered to press out the bearings. And I wasn't meaning to do a full restore, so I just ended up keeping them. But in hindsight, I would have had them powder coated. Maybe another time. Anyway, I might get some protective pads just for that. But that's the handbrakes done. Next is mounts. Right, so there's 4 of these. They go with this point sticking up towards the centre. Stop right there, retard. Again. Ooh, just flapped my phone there. Yeah, the back ones go with the pointy bit this way, and I assumed that the front ones would face them and it would kind of be equal. No, they all go this way with this sort of pointed bit. Later in the video, stop flapping. Later in the video, I do a trial lift, get everything lined up, and it's all perfectly lined up, but I realised that I'd put these on the wrong way round. So that was fun. Fortunately, it was only a trial lift, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, that way, not the other way. And they just sit in, held on by 2 nuts and bolts in those 2 holes there, and then there's a nut goes on the, I don't know if I can get the camera in there, goes on the prong that's on this sort of adjustable thing. So obviously I'm just going to put everything on loosely for now, because it's going to need a little bit of, I'm saying that I can't wiggle that much because those are pretty much located, but I guess there's a bit of give. We'll find out when I put it together anyway. I went and sourced all new bolts. These aren't the genuine ones, but if you go to any hardware, not hardware store, but any sort of proper nut and bolt shop with the measurements, or even just take an old one in. I got a place near me. They're very helpful. They sort of have a pick and mix of UNF, UNC, metric, anything. So I think these are, what are these? I don't know, 5/16 UNF or something, certain inch with a collar with the thread. And you just go and pick up the amount you need. So for this, we're going to need 2 of these per side, 2 washers, 2 nuts for that, and 1 nut for the stud. And then I've got plenty of washers here to choose from. I think it's probably these ones. So I'll get these on. Whoops. Probably about to lose my washer. Yeah. Let's just hold them. Let's do the washer and the nut at the same time. That's a good idea. Washer and a nut again. Drop the washer. Find the washer. Blow the dog hair off the washer. And we're good. Little jump forward. I'm ready to do a trial push under the car. I have decided, actually, after building all this and making it look so shiny, it would be a shame not to have some photos of it out of the car with the drive shafts in, everything set up. So I'm going to be a complete freak, put it in just to check everything works, then I'm going to take it out again. So yeah, I think I might actually be mad, but anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just check everything lines up, what's the word? Refamiliarize myself with how it all fits in and out. Check everything's in the right place. I've taken off my flexible hoses were on the car just temporarily. I've fitted them to the calipers. I'll just show you. I've got some blanks. Oof, get under here. It's like a little den under here now. It's a very handy idea to make yourself some. Let's turn the light on. I can't believe I never realised that I could have the light on whilst filming. Anyway, yeah, I recommend. That one needs nipping up, but making yourself some blanks like that, just a little bit of brake pipe onto I've got 2 males and 2 females, so whatever I need to blank off, I can just blank off. And then once we roll this in here, I can just nip them off, get covered in brake fluid for a very small amount of time while I connect up the flexible hose. I'm just going to nip that up. What's the other side like? Ooh, let's do a bit of zoomage. Oh, that one's dribbling as well. Okay, need to nip both them up. Time to see if I've got this balanced in the middle. I mean, this stand was 50 quid, and whilst it can handle the weight with ease, it is a little bit precarious. I found that when I did the front subframe, but it looks like it's going to just fall over, but it really doesn't. Once you get it sorted, it's more than enough with one hand, just to get things lined up. It's still mobile, better than the trolley jack anyway. I mean, it's not actually going to fall over, as alarming as that looks. It was a lot worse doing the front subframe. I'm happy with that. I think that's probably as high as I'll need to go under the car, but if I need to, lift it about 1.5 foot, to be honest. So yeah, I'm happy with that. That's near enough perfect for lifting. I'll just let that down and we'll go for a trial lift in the car. Oops, I can't turn that by hand. Let's go for it. All right, subframe, time to go back home. Oh, got your big heavy thing. Just skirt my radius arms around the jack stands. I've gone in a bit too forward there. Oops, won't do that. Just catching the sensor at the back. But that's fine. That rolls in and out perfectly. Right, well, this is why you do trial runs of things and you don't commit to them, because made a big mistake. Yeah, that goes on the other way, doesn't it? Same on the other side. I don't know. I kind of looked at the car while I was doing it and went, well, I think that shapes. But I don't know what I'm doing. This is all part of the fun of learning. That's clearly wrong. Needs to be round the other way. So, yeah, I mean, it's coming back down anyway. But at least I know it's balanced on the lift. No issues lifting it up. I'd be able to get in there now and let me just see, actually. I haven't had a trial at these, but yeah, I mean, it needs shunting forwards a little bit, but actually I'll need to put a trolley jack under there probably, and put some weight on it just to level that out. Get the radius arms on. Obviously we're not doing that now anyway, because just no. Okay, so that one's off. Yeah, one should never assume. I just assumed. I looked at this one and went, well, not on the car, but I sort of saw the shape and went, oh, it goes that way. And my brain just decided, stop ruining my nice underseal that I've done. Yeah, my brain just decided that common sense would say, well, they would sort of look at each other that way, but no, they all go that way. And then that'll fit lovely. So had that been the right way around, I think probably we would have been lined up on all four corners there. Like I said, it was only a test run. That's annoying that it takes the underseal with it. I thought it would be completely sealed up by now, but I'll probably just have to touch that up after I put the subframe on, make sure there's no exposed metal or anything. Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. I shall get the drive shafts back. Well, put these on properly. That'll be a good start. I'll get the drive shafts back from the powder coaters, take many photos of this piece of engineering artwork, and then we'll do probably a shorter video of just lifting it and inserting it into the car. So look forward to that.